Yo guys, welcome back to the guide for the White Forest. This is with the toy box engine. There will also be a guide for the runic variant coming later on, not today, but within the next few days I will show you the toy box version. We will also be playing Dragoon, and this is what I'm going to show you first. I will obviously, as always, show you every card. We will read every card in the first basically combo that I will show you so that you understand every card. There's also a deck list at the end that you can just copy, go ahead and play in Master Duel today with the arrival of the new White Forest stuff. So with the first combo, that is one card Dragoon, we will start with our Astilla of the White Forest and any spell that we can send away here. So Astilla reads, if you're not aware, that you can send one spell trap from your hand or field to the graveyard, so you could also be a trap, and doesn't need to be a spell here. Special summon one light spellcaster tuner from your deck, which is nice because then we have a tuner and she's level 2, and so we already have level 6 available. If a spell trap is sent to your graveyard to activate a monster's effect while this card is in your graveyard, we can special summon this card, which will be very relevant for our opponent's turn. So we are sending away our card by here, and we are summoning our Sylvie of the White Forest. Sylvie says, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one White Forest spell trap from your deck to your hand, which is very nice since we don't need to send anything away to activate her effect. And also, if this card is in your graveyard and the other level 4 tuner will also have this effect, you can target one White Forest single monster you control or in your graveyard, return it to the extra deck, and if you do, special summon this card but negate its effects. Very important here, you can dodge an infinite impermanence on your White Forest single monsters by using either the Sylvie or the Rishiella that we will see in a moment to basically dodge this, since as resolution of the imperm, the card, the synchro monster would already be in the extra deck. We're going to activate her effect to search the Woes of the White Forest, the trap card here. Special summon one White Forest monster from your hand or deck. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can synchro summon one White Forest synchro monster. And then the trap, as well as the spell you will see in a moment, have this effect if this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a monster's effect. So the Astilla, for example, we can set this card from our graveyard for free, which is very nice. You will use the trap card to go into one of our main interruptions on our opponent's turn, which is the Silvera Wolf Tamer of the White Forest, which reads, if this card is special summoned, you can change all face-up monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position. And then also illusion and spellcaster monster, spellcaster synchro monsters you control gain 500 attack and have piercing damage. Not that important though. Next thing we are going to do is make this synchro in one of the first things you always want to make here is the Rishiella, which is level 6 synchro tuner, which says if this card is special summoned, you can send one spell trap from your hand or field to the graveyard to add one White Forest card or one light spellcaster monster from your deck to your hand. This can also be an effect veiler, so you can search an effect veiler with her if you have everything else that you need basically. And then also illusion and spellcaster synchro monsters you control gain 500 attack and cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. We activate this to send away the trap that we will get back in a moment to grab the spell card. If you control an illusion or a spellcaster monster, add one White Forest monster from your deck to your hand, and then if this card is sent to the graveyard to activate an effect, you can set this. Now we can activate Astilla as well as the trap. Remember, Astilla can trigger if you send away a spell trap to activate a monster's effect. We can go chaining one Astilla, so it can't be ghost belt, and chaining two Woes of the White Forest to set it onto the field. So chain blocking here. We are grabbing back our trap to the field, and then we are summoning our Astilla here. Next thing we are going to do is activate our Tails of the White Forest to grab the remaining, or one of the remaining cards. We have not seen the LZ of the White Forest, so one of the little girls here, the white little girl. You can send one spell trap from your hand or field to the graveyard to special summon this card from your hand, and then add one White Forest monster from your deck to your hand. And then during our opponent's turn, if a light spellcaster tuner is special summoned to your field, we can add this to our hand. So this special summons when something is sent, and this is going to be added to the hand when a light spellcaster monster is special summoned. When a light spellcaster tuner monster is special summoned, which we will do because we want to summon the wolf. We are going to go into the boss monster now, the Diabelze, and she can add from the graveyard on a special summon, can add one spell card to our hand. We will add the Tails of the White Forest, and then also when our opponent activates a card or effect, we can quick effect special summon from our extra deck or graveyard a tuner monster that is level 7 or lower and is a synchro monster. In the future we will be able to summon the Seppa Shrimp here, but for now we will be summoning the Formula Synchron, which we can then use to use Formula Synchron as well as the Diabelze on our opponent's turn to go into a Baron de Fleur, or any other level 10 if you want to use another one. So we are grabbing back the Tails of the White Forest here, then we are activating LZ, send away Tails, since we can once again set the Tails to add Rushia here. So now we can reset the Tails, and let's read Rushia. Rushia says if you control a White Forest monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, so an extender. You can send one spell trap from your hand or field to the graveyard to draw one card, and then this has the same effect as the Wolf Girl. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one white forest synchro monster you control, or in your graveyard, return it to the extra deck and special summon this card without an effect. So we have 2 synchro level 4s here, tuners, and we have the 2 level 2s that we can use to go into our level 6 place. So now we can special summon her. And then we are going into the Muddy Mud Dragon that enables us to go into our Dragoon. Muddy Mud Dragon here, then we can activate in the graveyard a Sylvie to send back the Rishiela to the extra deck and summon the Sylvie, since we need another body for the Muddy Mud Dragon. So Muddy Mud activate to send these 2 away here for an Albion that we will need to play in order to access our Dragoon. And then Albion activate to fusion summon into the Dragoon, which is an Omni Negate that we have available now. And from here on out, we will pass over to our opponent's turn. And now let me explain how this works afterwards, since my opponent unfortunately will not activate a card. So we have our Dragoon interruption here. This might not look like much, but it's actually quite a lot of... Okay, let's talk about what this can achieve on our opponent's turn. So we are going over into our opponent's turn. We have our Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, and that is an Omni Negate here. And then we have our Diabelze, which has the effect to send away one spell or trap. We will send away this spell here, the Tales of the White Forest. And then we can, from the extra deck, summon our Formula Synchron here. Then, because we have sent away a spell or trap, we will be able to resummon from the graveyard the Astela to our field. Then we can use the Formal Synchron to go into a Baron de Fleur, and then we can also use our trap to summon from the deck either the Sylvie. Normally you want to summon the Sylvie since she can just search, or you could also summon the Rushia. And then we have on the field either the Sylvie, which is a tuner, or the Rushia, which is a tuner, and our Astela. And both of them can, after the trap happens, can then go into the Silvera, flipping everything face down. So what you have here is one Omni Negate, the second Omni Negate with the Baron de Fleur that we will be able to summon, and then also you will be able to reset the tails, you will be able to search follow-up with your Sylvie, and then you will also be able to summon your Silvera to flip everything face down. These are the interruptions that you can get from just one card, and also you have more hand cards, so that's quite nice. I will show you next a 2-card combo that will also end up on Dragoon, but also an additional interruption. Okay, for the next one, we will stay in the Dragoon line here. I will show you a Dragoon line with Astela and with Toy Soldier, and then I will show you the toy box combos afterwards. Don't you worry. So this is a better one that gives us an additional endpoint. We are setting the Toy Soldier, and if you're not aware what these toy guys do, if they are being sent away for the activation of an effect, we can special summon them. So we set this, and then we send this. You can also send this from the hand to once again grab the Sylvie. Sylvie can then once again add something from the deck to the hand, and we can chaining to special summon the Toy Soldier back to the field. So there's our Toy Soldier, and then this time around we are grabbing this spell card here. Now we're activating Toy Soldier's effect, and Toy Soldier can grab the Toy Box. If you're not aware, you can activate this Toy Box, and then you can use the effect of Toy Box to set 2 monsters with Toy in the name to the field. You would then be able to set the Toy Soldier as well as the Toy Tank, I think it's called. Note here that the Toy Box is not hard once per turn, so if you activate another Toy Box, you can once again set these guys. This is very cool. Now we can use the Tales of the White Forest to grab the White Girl of the little ones. Then we are going into our Muddy Mud Dragon here. Now we can use the Muddy Mud Dragon early on, which is quite nice to go into once again the Albion. And then you can go Albion into Dragoon. And now we are protected basically, and we can continue our plays from here. We're activating the Toy Box now to set to our field a Toy Tank and a Toy Soldier. Toy Soldier we won't be able to get back to the field special summon once again, since we have done this already, but the Toy Tank can be special summoned if we send it. So now the White Girl sends the tank, and then we can grab the Rushia, and the tank can now be resummoned from the graveyard. Next thing, we can activate the tank's second effect, which says you can tribute this monster, special summon 1 level 6 or lower monster from your hand, or if you control Toy Box, which we do, you can special summon 1 level 6 or lower monster from our graveyard. So we are tributing this to get back our Sylvie tuner monster here. And now you will always want to go into her first, the Richella. We're once again getting the Richella here to search, send away the Toy Soldier and search the trap card. So there's always this circle where you basically want to search your spell card and then also the trap card. We are sending away Toy Soldier. Toy Soldier won't come back because we have already summoned him. That's okay though. Now we are Rushiella here. You can also activate the effect to draw an additional card and then grab our trap back here. Also Astela will now trigger since we have sent something away. So we're getting our Astela as well as our trap card here. Now we can go into our boss monster, the Diabel. Diabel can grab back the spell card here, and now we can use from the graveyard the effect of Sylvie, getting back our Rushiella here to summon the Sylvie, which means that now we have 2 additional bodies that we didn't have in the combo before. Now we can go into Silhouette Head Rabbit, the new one, and set the Angel Statue Azurune. So what we now have here is follow-up in the form of sending something away. We have the trap that can once again go into the Wolf Girl. This can also go into the Wolf Girl, so we are double covered here. We have the Dragoon negation as well as the Silhouette Rabbit interruption. So on our opponent's turn, we can summon this Angel Statue Azurune. If you're not aware of how this works, special summon this card as an effect monster. Once per turn, when your opponent would special summon a monster, so an inherent summon like a Diabellstar or something from the extra deck, while this card is in your monster zone, this will become a monster. You can send to the graveyard this card, 1 continuous trap in your monster zone, and negate the summon and destroy that card. Very strong. Also, the Silhouette Head Rabbit says that if we have to find this, if a card in the spell trap zone is special summoned to the monster zone, so this trap here, we can target 1 spell trap our opponent controls and destroy it. So you optimally want to wait until your opponent places spell traps here, and then you want to activate your trap, summoning this as a monster. Then in a new chain, the rabbit will destroy one of these, and then you also have this interruption here live. You have your Dragoon, and you have your Diabells into Wolf Tamer Girl to flip everything face down. And now let me show you what you can actually achieve with the Toy Box engine and why we have it in here. This is very crazy. It makes the deck way better. We are activating Toy Box here. We have an Astela. We are setting always the tank and the soldier. If you send them away, they come back. Now we can use our Astela here. Astela sends away the Toy Soldier to get, once again, the Sylvie out. This is basically what we always do. We can go Sylvie chaining 1, a Toy Soldier chaining 2. The Toy Soldier will now resummon itself, and Sylvie will search. We can chain block this here since a Ghost Belt is not as likely as an Ash Blossom is. So we are searching our Tales of the White Forest, and then in a new chain we activate Toy Soldier, since if this card is normal or special summoned, we can add 1 Toy Box from deck to hand, or if we already control a Toy Box, we can also add 1 level 4 light monster instead, which is very nice because we can now add the Rushia. Normally you would be able to add Toy Box, but since we already have 1, we add the Rushia. These 2 engines go together very great. We are going into a Rushiella next, activating her effect to search by sending away the spell card to search the trap card. Now we can reset the spell card, and also Astela will trigger since we have sent away a spell card. So we are getting back our Astela to the field, and we can reset our spell card. Next thing we are going to do here is activate the spell card to add the White Girl that we are still missing at this point. Now we can go into the Diabellse, grabbing back our spell card here. And now there are a lot of other engines that will come into play. So we are special summoning our Rushia here, and since we have a level 8 Synchro available, we can, after sending away the trap to draw an additional card and resetting the trap, we can now go ahead and make the Visas Amritara. And Visas Amritara can now search the counter trap card of the Visas archetype, a Manadium Reframing. When a spell trap or monster effect is activated while we control a Synchro monster, which we always do, negate the activation, and then we can destroy it if we have a Visas. So we just negate the activation, but we have an Omni-Negate now live. We are special summoning LZ by sending away the Toy Tank. Then we can add for follow-up the Sylvie, could also add the Astela, and then we can special summon the Toy Tank. So what you want to understand here when it comes to the Toy Box and also the White Forest stuff is that you basically want to use every part of the combo. So you want to use every advantage point, so to say. So we have the Toy Box, for example, giving us the Toy Tank and the Toy Soldier, and we want to send them both away. We want to activate the LZ as well as the Astela, both of their effects, so the Astela to resummon as well as the LZ. And then we also, and we will do this in the end, activate either the Rushia or normally the Sylvie to send back the Rushiella, like we have just seen, to the extra deck and also summon her, right? So you want to use everything. You also want to send away the trap ones and want to send away the spell ones, because they can be reset once per turn. So this is the idea that you want to have with the White Forest stuff, since there are a lot of different combos that you can get into. This is a very complicated combo deck, but what you basically always want to achieve is you want to go into a Rushiella to search, you want to send away your trap and your spell ones, you want to summon your Rushia, special summon, you want to send back the Rushiella to the extra deck via either the Rushia or the Sylvie from the extra deck, and if you have the Toy Engine, you want to send away the Toy Tank and the Toy Soldier soldier to get them back for free basically and use them as material, right? This is always what you have to imagine. You always have to ask yourself, have I done this already, or can I still send something away, for example? Because I could show you like 20 combos, but I guess this is the way that you have to play and understand this deck. Now we can synchro summon these two into a Crimson Dragon, actually crazy, and then use the Crimson Dragon to tag out the Diabell into a Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, which is a monster negate. Now we are basically protected by Nibiru. Obviously we already in Nibiru territory. Now we use, and this is what I talked about because we have not done this now, we use the Sylvie to send away the Ruchiella and get another body to the field. And now we have basically circulated to everything we can do. We have set the woes, we have set the tails, we have used the EZ, we have used the Astela to resummon. She's once again in the graveyard. We have used the Snychro White Forest monster from the graveyard, putting it back into the extra deck, and we have used our toy engine completely, and now we have done everything that we wanted to do. What you can do now is use these two to go into a Shadowhide Rabbit, and then you know the drill. Shadowhide Rabbit can set the Angel Statue Azurune, and then we are passing over. And now we once again have this Baron de Fleur play here. We have this Wolf Tamer girl play here with the trap. We have our Rabbit that can destroy. We have our Azurune that can negate a monster, an inherent monster summon, all from the extra deck, and we have our Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon for a monster negate, as well as this I forgot, set the Manadium Reframing for another Omni negate. This is really, really strong. But you have to understand this deck, like I just told you, you just want to circle through everything that you have available in a turn, and from there on plus as much as you can basically. Okay, let's talk about the deck list now. This is something I would suggest you go ahead and play. We have triple Astela of the White Forest, triple Toy Box, a very good opener. You can also open with Toy Soldiers and Toy Tanks, since you can also send them away. So if you have Toy Soldier or Tank in the hand and something like the Astela or the LZ, you normally want to start with the Astela. You can also send them away for sure. Then you have one Toy Tank, triple Toy Soldier. We have triple Sylvia of the White Forest, because she can also basically start your plays, because you can search the spell card and then get, for example, an Astela. Then we have triple Ruchia as an extender, triple LZ. Then we have one Rose, one Tails. We have two triple Tactic Talents. You can also change these out. I play the Cross Out and Called by package with a Nip, because some of the plays are definitely bad into Nip. You can establish an early Red Eyes Dark Dragoon early on if you have the cards for that, but it's definitely nice to be protected against Nip via this Cross Out. Triple Infinite Impermanence, just strong one Angel Statue Azurune. You can also play the other, the Silhouette Head Trick. We have the Manadium Reframing. It's also quite nice to draw in through this heart. You not always need to go via your Visas Amritara. Sometimes you just have it in the hand and you will always end up on the Synchro monster. We have one Nip to cross out and use it ourselves. Triple Maxi, triple Ash Blossom, one Effect Veiler that we can also search with our Ruchiella. So for example, in the combo I just showed you, if you already had the trap in the hand or the spell card in the hand, you could just go ahead and search this Effect Veiler with your Ruchiella. So if you have the piece already, you can use Ruchiella for the Effect Veiler. Then we can also play one Drone Lockbird to cross it out, but yeah, you can also play something else here. As you can see, we also have a lot of non-engine space available, namely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's quite nice. We are playing one Diabell, you don't need more than one Ruchiella, the one Formula Simcon for the Baron play, one Vera Wolf Tamer of White Forest, then the Rabbit, because we often end up on 2 additional bodies, one Baron de Fleur. You can also play Disparter if you want, or any other level 10. This is a flex spot for sure. One Visas Amritara, then we need our Albion as well as the Dragoon if you want to play it. Then one Muddy Mud Dragon, then a Chaos Angel that you can also go into. You can often make a Chaos Angel with a light and a dark, which is quite nice, since then it's quite hard to get rid of the Chaos Angel. We have Appaloosa. Sometimes you also have a lot of material on the field where you can make an early Appaloosa. This is also possible. And then the Crimson Dragon as well as the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon for the play you just saw. There are definitely different theories or different aspects that you can play here in the extra deck. This is one suggestion. There are also other things you could do here with the extra deck. This is definitely up to you. But yeah, I would suggest something like this for full consistency. Let me know in the comments what else you have in terms of questions for the Toy Box Synchro deck. But as I already said, I think it's important to understand what each of the cards do in order to understand how to play this deck, since there are a lot of different combos that you can use. But as I already said, the best thing to remember is that you want to circle through everything that you have available in order to get as many bodies on the field as possible and use them for your synchro and link plays. This is what you want to achieve with this deck. This is the most important thing. Thanks for being here. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, hitting a thumbs up and the notification bell, and we will see each other in the next one.